Hello tennis guys and welcome to my channel. So in this video I will be talking about the Head Extreme MPL 2022, the avocado. And why now? Why so late? Because I just played a match with this racket with Zdenek or against Zdenek, and it was a fantastic experience. I highly recommend you, whenever you have the opportunity from anyone, test a lightweight racket, any kind of MPL model or ISO 100L, these types of rackets. Just give them a shot and you will be amazed how tennis can be enjoyable, fun, stress-free experience. But let's go back to the topic, or let's go to the origins of this story, how it all started. And you will be watching in the background my match against Zdenek, who is hitting a Wilson Pro Staff RF97. So that's about like a 60-gram heavier racket. And believe it or not, I have played with this racket for the first time strung with the Razor Soft 1.25. I just pick it up and I have won first set 6-love. So Zdenek received a nice bagel from me. And the second set he improved his game dramatically and it was 4-3 for Zdenek. But anyway, I just want to point out that it is really not in the racket. The overall performance of yours is most of the time in yourself, and the racket should be just your best friend who helps you to go through difficult times on a court. And this is exactly how these lighter frames behave. But let's go back to the origin. So how I got to the racket? I got to the racket in a way that is for me a very disappointing way from a point of view, from a coach views, because I have made, I believe it's the biggest mistake of my life. So about half year ago, it's now maybe even more. Oh, no, I believe it's like 6 months now. I recommended for Vincent, for the 15-year-old junior, a new tennis racket. At that time, he's still learning tennis. Now it's like 2 years and just 2 months, but he's very talented, and he's like one in a 100 people. When you meet someone and play with someone like that, you are blown away how fast he can learn, because he's a very fast learner from the visual point of view. So he just scans something and he learns from the visual point of view, and he just replicates it. So he was hitting at that time with an oversized Radical S, I believe an older Radical S with graphene 360 plus, I believe. And it's a 102 inches big head size, so an oversized head size. And in terms of the gram, I believe it's like 280 or 275, I'm not sure. So pretty lightweight racket, and he was really good with that racket. But I wanted him to play more, in a more like competitive way. So I decided he should go with a Speed MP, the newest one, the 2024 with the Auxetic 2.0. But I knew at the time when I was recommending him the racket that it will be tough for him, because the increase in the swing weight is huge. It's about like 30 points. It's crazy. And in my head there was this idea, like he will just play with this racket now for 1 or 2 years, and actually to test it, let's say, or to dial in. And in like 2 years, when he reaches his 17, he will be really good with that racket. Such a stupid idea, right? Recommending someone a racket that is very heavy for him when he is still learning tennis, and just thinking into the future and sparing money to the parents. I was like thinking, oh yeah, it's not necessary that we will buy now a light frame and he will just change the frame in a year or two. Just we will buy a heavier frame, 300 gram, and he will keep the racket like for 5 years. It's so stupid. This type of thinking is so stupid. Never skip the level. Just go step by step. Buy a racket that is suitable for the player right from the start, then slowly increase the weight. So I didn't do that. We ordered the Speed MP. He was amazed how the racket is stable and the plow through, blah blah blah, is so great, right? But after like 2-3 months, he started having arm issues, shoulder issues, back issues, neck issues. He was sore. He couldn't practice. It was painful him to watch on a tennis court. And I knew exactly that it's the rackets case. But I approached it slowly. So we were trying different things, treatments, string setups, string tensions, and so on. But in my mind, I knew it's the swing weight. The Speed MP 2024 has swing weight around 325. Someone who is learning tennis for 2 years cannot play with such a high swing weight racket. Even I don't like it because it is sluggish, it feels slow, particularly this racket. In my opinion, it should be lower. The swing weight for MP model should be 315, 320, but not 325. That's just too much in my opinion. So I decided like a month ago or a month and a half ago that we will have to buy another racket for him. And I went for this one because it's older. I knew it from my previous testing and reviews. These avocados were the rackets of the year, the MP and the Tour model. And I was thinking, why not to try the MPL? It's 285 gram heavy. Head size is 100 square inches, so we will increase the precision from the 102 square inches. The weight remains almost the same. The balance is unstrung 325. So I got 2 rackets with grip size 2 for a quite good money. But to be honest, this racket holds the price really well even after 3 years. It doesn't really drop below like $130 or $140. It doesn't go down. And it's quite hard to get it. And that's a sign that this racket is good. It was good. It was sold out almost, let's say. So I found like one store that still has this MPL 2022 Extreme and ordered 2 of them. I strung it with Razor Soft 1.25. I gave it to the boy and he was like, man, this is different. I can play with this racket what I want, how I want, whenever I feel. If I feel tired, it doesn't matter. I control the racket. So the swing weight of the MPL model with strings was around 301 swing weight points. So I thought, oh, that's not that good, right? That's like too low. So I increased the swing weight for him to 311 or something like that. We put an overgrip there. I put quite a lot of lead also into the handle, into the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and we have increased the weight up to like 10 gram, I believe. And so the racket is now like 295 gram heavy. The balance stayed the same, and the swing weight increased to something around 312, which is awesome for a 15-year-old junior. A perfect swing weight, and he's getting better and better and better with that racket. So I just encourage you guys, don't skip the levels. Don't jump from 280 gram rackets to 300. Buy another lighter model that kind of suits your game and just increase the weight just a little bit by adding some lead to it, because 300 grams can be really a lot for some players, and 295, the 5 grams can really make a huge difference. So that's the way you should go. Now, I play tested this racket in the raw setup without any adjustments. There is just a dampener in the racket. So it's 301 swing weighted racket against a racket that has swing weight of 350, 340, something like that. And I can still be very much competitive. What I like is that I just control the frame in every position, from any position, with any type of shot. I feel confident. The racket weighs like nothing. It doesn't drain energy from me. I have great serve, great response from the racket because it is light and you kind of feel everything more. It's not that muted as well. Look at that, how I can play with it. So I can push with it, I can play slowly, I can play spin, I can play slide shot, and so on and so on. Is it perfect in this state for me? Not at all. By far not. It's not a perfect racket. But I just want to show that it is possible to play with these rackets, and I highly recommend them. The negative of a lightweight frame like this for someone who is on the intermediate or advanced level is of course the stability, the plow through when you have time and you want to kill the ball. It just doesn't work like that. But if you want to have that really nice, easy sensation on the court, this racket is absolutely fantastic, and particularly with the Auxetic 1.0 version, I think they really nailed it. These avocados are the best extreme rackets in a many years, in my opinion. The new version, the 2020, what it was 2024 or 2025 when it was released, I believe 2024, the Auxetic 2.0, I think it was too muted. It took away the crisper raw feel that you still got from the Auxetic 1.0, so it was a really nice blend. So I was playing with Zdenek, we had a ton of fun. I demolished him in the first set, then he got better, he was leading 4-3. Was it a big deal for me? Not at all. I believe if we continued, I would still have won that match, because you know, sometimes it's going up and down and you just need to adjust to the conditions and so on and so on. But guys, I can't really stress out more that the swing weight, the high swing weight of some rackets that some people use is great only in some extreme situations. You must be really fully fit, fully ready to enjoy a racket that is somehow over your limit. And if you have a good day, you can use the racket, you can feel like the number one in the world. But how many times in your tennis week you have, or tennis month, you are in the top level mentally, physically? We are just normal people with normal jobs, let's say. We don't train every day for tennis, we do other stuff around, and we just want to have fun. So I highly recommend you try lighter models, the Blade 100L, E-Zone 100L, Speed MPL, Extreme MPL. So these rackets with the 285 gram, they can be magical. It's a shame that the companies don't make rackets anymore. Like it was I believe in the previous decades there were more rackets in the 290 with the 290 gram specs, or 293 gram or 295 gram, like the Technifiber T-Fight XTC 295 I did use for many years, and it was the next big thing after the Pure Drive. It was essentially for me a better and more maneuverable Pure Drive. The beam was similar, the specs, everything was similar, but it was just 5 gram lighter. So 295 gram or 290 gram can be really the sweet spot for a vast population of amateur level players or club level players, amateur players. Because sometimes I feel like the 300 gram rackets, they are kind of sluggish. They are something between. They don't really have the whippiness, the explosiveness. Like for example, the new Technifiber TF40 290 is an absolute blast, an absolute joy to use. You just go for the shot every single time. You don't feel arm fatigue. You don't feel like the stress is coming to your arm from a higher swing weight. So lighter rackets are not bad at all. The only issue I have is that the RA, how it's getting lower nowadays, it's harmful to your arm with these lighter rackets. You just need a stiffer frame so it can stay competitive. So the lighter frame must be stiffer to produce like the same amount of power like a heavier frame with lower stiffness, because with heavier frames with lower stiffness, the weight and the mass is producing the power, let's say. But with lighter frames, it's your fast swing what is producing the power, and you just need a more stable frame to absorb the fast swing energy that comes from your swing. So that's why these rackets should be stiffer. So I highly recommend, when you are looking for a lighter frame, look at the RA. It should be like 65 and higher. When it is lower, then the racket can feel really mushy. It can feel like a wet noodle. Nothing really works the way you want. It's something like between, but you want more power from a lighter racket. So guys, thank you so much for watching. This was an edited video with all the mistakes and flaws that comes with hitting with this racket. I need to stress out that I was hitting with this racket for the first time with this MPL model and it was fun, it was joy, it was freedom. As I say always, lighter rackets that are maneuverable and you can swing them like crazy, they give you the freedom, and that's the beauty of these lighter rackets. So guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think in general with lighter frames? Do you support the idea that nowadays tennis is so aggressive, is so fast, that the lightweight rackets make more sense than heavier rackets? I know there are people who go against my idea. They always like promote rackets with high swing weight that goes up to like 340, 350, and they think is the best thing in the world. If it works for them, okay, but I think there are a really small group of people who truly can handle these heavier rackets to the full potential and to the full benefits, not just for the days you feel great, but also consider that sometimes you are tired, and 305, 310, 320 gram racket can ruin your day just because it is heavy and you are weak on that day. So guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think about it? And as always, thank you so much for your support, and don't forget to watch tennis, play tennis every time and every day, and enjoy the manooovrlbity. Bye guys.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious! That ball was on the line!